Hey Jen, let me talk to Coach Metrocheck. Hey Bill, this is Anka, your boss. Listen, I know we beat the Bolts pretty bad during the season. Remember how we did it? Yeah, we deflated the balls, I know. I want you to do it for the championship game. Look, I know we're going to be under scrutiny. I know everybody's going to be watching, but we need to get to the Metropolitan Bowl.
With Sally Street at Metropolitan Hospital suffering from stab wounds to her neck placed there by Chapter's knife, Sally's parents, Hill and Jill Street, weren't too happy.
I paid you to watch her.
Well, you would not want to know what would have happened if I was not there.
But you were there and she still got stabbed.
It would have been a lot worse. My dazzling friend Light Passions thought I had already solved my problems. Do you know how I can track down that stabber?
You know, you just haven't thought about it yet.
With the pressure mounting in the Sally Street stabbing case, my other lady, Lane Smiles, reminded me I had another task at hand while we were having a conversation with Best.
Patterson hired Met to be a bodyguard.
Virgil found a new head coach, Starbaugh, for the Rods and the Bulls, the football team that was competing against my boss at the Metropolitan Hotel's football team, the Metropolitans, in the MFC championship game.
I'm an agent. I know some better ways to make money. Come on.
What do we have to do?
Don't worry about it. Come on.
Police Chief April Flowers began badgering Light Passions in an attempt to obtain information about the Sally Street stabbing case.
What do you know about the Sally Street stabbing?
I don't have to answer any questions right now.
You may be a very talented dancer at the Metropolitan Hotel, but with Met's job and my new career, I'll do more of the waltzing with him, dearie.
Come on, let's go.
Are you any good?
Are you?
I'm the coach.
You're supposed to catch it.
Have you ever played football before?
No. Have you ever coached before?
I'm a police officer, but an agent saw me get thrown out of a bookie's home. I was gambling.
I'm a bounty hunter, but an agent saw me not get a bail skip, so he signed me to play football.
That must be Virgil. That's the same guy who signed me. How in the world are we going to win? I have a suggestion.
Hey, Tom, get over here, will ya? Thanks.
Metro check.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yep.
All right, look. That game against the Metvins last week was way too close, buddy. We got to do something.
Definitely. It was pretty close. We need to do something to have an edge against the rods and the bolts.
Yeah, you remember what we did last time?
No, we deflated the balls?
Yeah.
That was a regular season game. This is a championship game. They're gonna be watching us.
Look, we just find some kid, changes out the balls after they check him out, he slips them in there before the kickoff.
Who are we gonna find that would risk that much to do that?
Oh.
I've been a bounty hunter for 8 years. I have no experience playing the quarterback position. What do I do?
It's easy. Don't worry about it. Just throw me the ball. It's a championship game.
So you're saying just throw the ball. That's all I do.
Yeah. I'll go deep and you just throw it. Don't worry. We'll win.
Great!
Steamroller Stevens works undercover for the Metropolitan Police Department. Like every cop in Metropolitan City, he has a difficult time making his financial ends meet. What Stevens feels is a quick fix is to win huge money at sports gambling. And the best way to beat the odds is to know the person who can sway the odds in his favor. Virgil.
I need a couple $1,000.
I have a way for you to obtain that.
How's that?
I've arranged to have the MFC Championship game fixed.
Now you're talking my language. So I just bet it on Inca's Metropolitans, the big favorites.
No. You bet on the Metropolitan rods and bolts, the big underdog.
Is that an easy point spread cover?
The easiest.
All right.
Oh, one more thing. I've arranged for Gronk to come out of retirement, play against his old team. I don't think Mr. Inca, Mr. Metrotrek, and Mr. Railready are going to be too happy about that.
Hey, you're not serious about coming out of retirement, are you?
Yes, lady, I am.
Look, I care about you. I know how you used to come home in pain after every game, on your knees hurting, your body aching.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yes, I also don't want to be the person nursing you every day. The past 8 seasons has been tough on you.
Lady, I just met you right over there.
It doesn't matter how long 2 people have known each other. What matters is how we grow as friends.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, Bronk.
Yeah.
If you come out of retirement, can you please change your number back to 87? It would mean a lot to me.
Oh, okay. Catch.
Vegas Patterson made his money in the Metropolitan oil industry. After striking it rich, he then decided to run for president. Patterson hired me to keep him safe so he can enjoy his wealth.
Well, to eliminate that, Dad, all I have to do is sell this Brett Carr Metropolitan wild card.
You have to make an announcement to your shareholders on Wednesday, Mr. Patterson.
Well, no one needs to know what our company's outlook is, Rhapsody.
You're not going to shoot with that, are you?
Yes, I'm tired of you, Mr. Patterson.
Great job, Rhapsody.
Well, thank you, Mr. Patterson.
You took a hit for me, Metro?
Yeah. And my football card took a bullet for me.
Met, I want you to meet Rhapsody Robinson, my new press secretary.
More like your secret weapon. Hi.
Hi, I come from a family of boxers, and I type 55 words a minute.
That's great. Patterson, what did you want to see me about?
You're to meet with me tomorrow about common grounds with my presidential opponent, Bo Gambler.
Will Bo be present?
He's setting his associate Best to do his talking for him.
When Best is around, events seem to get a little disastrous.
The meeting will be held at the Metropolitan Country Club, 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Don't knuckle under.
Metro.
This whole town is corrupt, baby.
Oh no, Patterson?
Hi, I'm Georgia. Welcome to the Metropolitan Cafe. Could I take your order, sir?
You know, I'll go with a spinach salad.
Is that all?
Yeah, that'll be it.
You look sort of tough. What do you do?
Well, I am a bounty hunter. I'm also a private investigator.
And I'm a dancer.
I bet you have handcuffs. Maybe you could put them on me.
No, the spinach salad will be fine.
Your hair is so great. I like it.
Thank you. You know, it's all natural.
Did you see the way she was looking at you?
Just an occupational hazard. Hey, tell me about how your dance rehearsal went.
Well, actually, it went really well. Miss Flamingo said that I was a...
You know, it was just so tough watching that girl get stabbed.
Oh, no. Well, actually, Mr. Anka said that I was magnificent in the Swan.
On the Metro. Yeah, Anka. Right, yeah. Wow, that lady got severely injured, and the attacker, well, he got away.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not your occupation to save everyone, Metro.
Not everyone, Light. Just one young lady. And I could not even do that.
But at least you attempted it.
I kept my appointment for the meeting with Best. Patterson did not keep his. Instead, he sent an unnamed assistant. Also at the meeting was a comedian, stand-up, who Patterson hired to keep the mood light. And, of course, Best. When I arrived, Mr. Dupp was reading his jokes, getting ready for a show he was doing later that night at the Metropolitan Country Club. What we did not know is Stan was about to use us as his audience.
Metro.
Best?
Hi, I'm Mr. Patterson's assistant. Do you two know each other?
I know him. I don't know him.
I'm Stan. I work for Mr. Patterson. I tell jokes.
Stan who?
Dup. Stand up.
He's the comedian, the new comedian Mr. Patterson hired.
Yeah, here's a lot of stress getting illegal voters.
How many votes does it take to get a politician elected?
Looks like the unemployment rate went down with all this hired bureaucrat help.
1, if he votes enough times.
Another occupational hazard, getting shot at by a fellow employee of Vegas Patterson's. It was Enforcer. Hey! Hey, are you alright?
Aren't you a Metropolitan detective?
Yes I am.
Well, I can see what Lane and Light see in you.
Really? Have we met before?
I'm a dance instructor. I teach your girlfriends. I'm Miss Flamingo.
Miss Flamingo! Yes, I've heard. I have noticed you looking at me when I pick one of them up.
Are people always shooting at you?
Yeah, you know what? It's weird. Today I actually had to shoot back.
Yeah. Well, here's my best shot. Why don't you and I go get some drinks, and then we can talk about what you're doing when you're not ducking for cover.
Yeah, sounds like a real good idea. I can definitely see this playing out that way. Come on, let's go. There was a person viewing our meeting who none of us were aware of. Wurst, a former employee of President Bo Gambler, was wondering why Bess was taking his place representing Bo. What Wurst decided to do is to find out the reason why none of us were laughing at Dupp's jokes by forcing information from Stan. Dupp then figured out why tense meetings like this aren't funny.
What was that meeting all about?
Business, just business.
Well, who's the guy in the leather jacket?
Oh, Patterson's bodyguard, Metro something.
Well, what's Bess doing?
Putting pressure on. Pressure from the other side.
The other side? Who, Bo?
Bo, yeah, Bo.
You know what? I've been lying.
Oh, that's not show business.
I see you have Best on your payroll.
Couldn't wait for you, Wurst. It took days to escape.
It takes careful planning to escape from maximum security.
As you can see, I've hired new talent now. I'm no longer in need of your services.
Well, maybe I'll see what the other side has for me.
You wouldn't bite the hand that fed you, Wurst.
With you in office, everyone is starving. Well, maybe I'll see if Patterson has a steak for me.
Steak? Working for him, you'll be lucky enough to get peanuts.
I'll just have to stick my fork in there and see what I could come up with.
I'm so glad we became friends, April.
I know, hot.
So your agent just gave you the job as the police chief.
Yeah, can you believe it? So one day, I'm Metropolitan City's next talent. The next, I'm solving crimes.
That's a great story. So what are you going to do today?
So I'm going to go interview that other guy working on your friend's stabbing case.
So you're going to demand information, huh?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe blackmail him into buying me a drink.
You're so bad.
I know.
So, what's it like dating Lane and Light at the same time?
You know, sometimes I do have to do a Metropolitan balancing act.
You must be good at finding things.
See, I met Lane first. Then I was picking her up at a dance rehearsal, and I saw Light.
But you never broke up with Lane?
I'm not very good at doing things like that.
Well, try harder at breaking up with both of them then.
I'll do that. I'm gonna go back there and get you a drink, okay?
Get out of here, Matanya!
I want your job!
What happened?
I got knocked out as a dance instructor.
Not only that, it looks like you ruined your boot.
You work for Vegas Patterson?
Yes, I'm Rhapsody Robinson, his press secretary.
I know who you are.
What may I do for you, sir?
You tell Mr. Patterson's bodyguard, Metropolitan Detective, to meet me, Officer Steamroller Stevens, at the treacherous Metropolitan at high noon.
But what if...
Just tell him.
I wish people were nicer in Metropolitan City. Metropolitan Detective?
Please, just call me Metro.
Okay, Metro. A Detective Steamroller Stevens wants to meet you at the treacherous Metropolitan at high noon.
Did he say why?
No, but he was insistent. You're not going to beat him there, are you?
Well, why not?
Well, having a meeting at the treacherous Metropolitan is like playing dodge at the Metropolitan Speedway during the 500.
You know, there may be danger at every turn, but in the end, I'll be the one taking the checkered flag. Another occupational hazard is being fired on by a fellow employee, enforcer. What information I didn't give Rhapsody Robinson was a police officer in Metropolitan City would more than likely have more information about why enforcers shot bullets at me. Steamroller Stevens wanted information from me. What I was hoping for is I can exchange it for information from him. You must be Steamroller Stevens. Looks like you got dinged up a little.
Yeah, just one shot, assault rifle. Not a big deal. I've had a lot worse than this, you know?
Hey, do you know this character Enforcer?
Yeah. By the way, Chief Flowers wants to meet you in 10 minutes.
Where?
Over there at the State Police Park. By the way, we don't have time for this, all right? My shooter's over there.
Yeah, he's drawn. Come on! I'm gonna bring you in! I think it's time for that meeting with Police Chief April Flowers. Virgil held a meeting with his new head coach Starbaugh and new quarterback Scorcher, explaining how easy it will be to defeat the highly favored Metropolitans.
Thank you for getting me that coaching gig, Virgil.
Same here for the quarterback gig. I wouldn't be a good agent if I didn't get people gigs.
Can you imagine the Metropolitan City Rods and Bolts coach getting fired after taking his team to the championship game?
And their quarterback being benched after doing the same? That's because their team would have had no chance in this game. You're a police officer, Mr. Starbaugh. All you need to do is convince the Metropolitans not to win this game, or all of their players who are out on bail will be in violation of their probation.
Gronk missed that meeting because he called a Metropolitan meeting of his own to discuss his future with his biggest fan, Caroline.
I can't believe you called this meeting with me.
You know why I came out of retirement?
Inca went looking and found Lane Smiles to let her know that he wants her to replace Miss Flamingo as the new Metropolitan Hotel's dance instructor.
My God, it's so great to see you.
Mr. Anka.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. You know what happened? Miss
No.
Flamingo got knocked out as a choreographer. Yeah. And I think you can handle that responsibility. I want you to take the job.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Anka, I will not disappoint you. You guys are gonna be so... Mr. Anka! Mr. Anka, are you okay? Hold on tight, I'm gonna get help.
As for me, I had a meeting with new Metropolitan Police Chief April Flowers.
So, are you the detective working on the Sally Street case?
Did you happen to hear that gunfire?
Alligator clap. Here goes. This is alligator.